Hey guys, this is Abhijit from Crypto Venture, and here I will be talking about the recent crypto market crash that happened yesterday and in last few days, and where we are headed to, and why this happened, and will bull market even continue? So those who are following me for uh, quite few times, I think you guys knew uh, about these things which I'm going to talk about and how they played out. So let's start. So first thing up, the price fall. There are several things or several factors which are the reason the price fall happens. First and foremost, the most important thing is what is happening to US stock market. So after China's exit from crypto in May, the Bitcoin price is almost very much follows that of US stock market index like Dow Jones or S&P 500, because US is the most dominating player and the most monies are coming from US right now, not China or other places. So when their stock market crashes, the same thing we see in crypto. Also, the stock market has less volatility than crypto, right? So if their 1% change is here around 5-10% change. But what we saw here is a major crash yesterday in the US stock market. We saw around 7% crash. So this kind of big crash we have not seen in recent time. So in recent times, if you see, the corrections were some 2%, 3% kind of, except Corona time, and that's where it crashed around 30%. So it was the when 2020 February when Corona lockdown etc. were announced. So this is a very big crash, and it is not yet complete. We may crash far more. If we see the US stock market, we can see we are on an up only trajectory from 2008 without a proper massive correction for very long time. So we may see huge corrections because we stayed for a long uptrend for a very long time. Let me show you till where we can actually correct. So if this is a top, we can fall almost worst case around 30% again. So we have only fallen some 7%. We can fall more, much more if we lose the support. And the reason for this crash are a lot of factors. So um, first of all, um, one is the US Fed is currently rising interest rates. That is, so if you take, for example, if you take loan from bank at say 4% interest rate, you invest in a stock which gives you 10% per year. Overall, you make a 6% profit. But now, if the loan becomes 10%, right? Then you take a loan from bank, and if you invest in stock market and say stock doesn't make 10% but make 8% or 7%, you are actually losing money, 3%. So once this interest rates goes high, the margin people take or leverage people take, right, to buy stocks, that goes for a toss and they are forced to sell. And that's where this kind of crash comes. And right now, US stock market has highest ever leverages. Means people who are buying out of their pocket, they are taking loan or some brokerage account to buy more than what they have at margin. And that's where the margin call will start coming, and people will start losing money, and the either they gets liquidated or their stop loss hits, or they are selling to save their portfolio. So whatever be the case, market can keep on dumping, and it may just be a beginning unless we correct back on Monday. So it's looking very bad for the market, looking actually very bad. So this correction is spreading from 2008. So that's a bad thing. And that exactly what happened on the news of yesterday. Now the Fed is also doing tapering and this interest rate hike, and with the news of job report, things became even more ugly. As we see, we are not even in inflation now, and the wages are not increased that much. So what is happening is, if we are in inflation again, you hold money in cash in your home. If inflation is there, that means year on year, the power of purchasing power of the money will decrease. For example, right now, if you can buy some 1 liter petrol with say some $5, after say 5 years, you can only buy 0.5 liter petrol out of $5. So as if your $5 became $2.5 after 5 years, because you cannot, for the same life quality level, you need to actually spend more. So that's kind of what inflation does. But if we see that inflation may become transitory, and sooner it may turn into a deflation, it may not keep on inflate. That is the place when stock, so as if they will not, so if inflation is there, people will not keep money in cash, but they will invest in stock or crypto market. But now that inflation is not looking like will stay forever, and it may go away, and also the rising of bank interest rates and all, what this may result in is uh, disadvantage for stock market and crypto, and the prices may crash. And that's exactly what we see happening yesterday. So because of the US market, so yesterday we saw this US stock market crash hard around 8%, and that reflected in crypto also. And BTC fell as much as 25% in a single day. That is huge actually, right? So sorry, 28% in a single day. So that's huge for crypto or BTC. But what does that suggest? And why we actually fell this much? So if you see Bitcoin, if you see the technical analysis from May month itself, Bitcoin started its first correction after giving huge gains from last year till the May. And this is a pattern called falling wedge, which is generally bullish. And we generally pump up from this pattern. And the same thing happened in September also, when we fell to 40K. We again pumped up to the falling wedge. But this time, we again created a falling wedge, and we were on our way to pump up again. So there was a possibility that we go till 72K pumping up from here, but that didn't happen. Why? Because the news came at the bad time. The interest rate hike and job report, right? That came at a time, and stock market crashed exactly at a time when crypto could have pumped. And instead of breaking upside, it ended up breaking downside. And the gain we expected from it, right, around 20%, that instead became a loss and it fell by 30%. And that's exactly what happened. And we took support exactly here, around 42K, which was like previous around September crash also, we took support around that region, right? So now question is, so now that you know why the Bitcoin price crashed, now question is bull market even in play, or it is over? Are we going to enter a bear market or a long consolidation time? So again, this 48K was actually a very strong line of or strength, below which so bulls are now at disadvantage, and we may very well be already inside the bear market. This kind of corrections we generally don't see in a bull market. So it may result in a long consolidation, and we may even see a lower price targets like 30K 32K. So, and that may not happen instantly, but very slowly for some time. So we may see some 1-2 months of capitulation, and then we again go up. So that is also a possibility for which we need to stay prepared. So now question is, even also if we see this trend line, right? We broke the trend line and immediately we fell 30%. So TA wise, if you are following me, you would know when I thought things are out of hand, and after 53.3K break itself, we became bearish, and we knew it may turn up bad, and after 48K break, it was guaranteed, and then it immediately fell to 41K. No in between time, right? So for Bitcoin to still continue its bull run, we need to get back inside this falling wedge as soon as possible, best likely by the Monday. And for that, US stock market has to correct back itself. Unless otherwise that happens, I am pretty much bearish on it. Also, another thing you can see from 11-year-old data, if we see the asymptotic logarithmic curve I have drawn is called, it is acting as a resistance for all the bull market tops, you can see. And 2011 it hit and went to bear market. 2013 it hit, went to bear market. 2017 it hit, went to bear market. Sorry, 2018 went to bear market. This year, May month, it hit, went to bear market for 2 months. Then again, we hit it at October 25th, 69K target, and then again we started going to bear market, and that's what's happening. So every single time we hit, we went to bear market. So this may very well suggest that we can go into bear market. So you need to be cautious, and we may fall till 30K, or even worst case, even lower. But for now, for the time being, based on the 11-year-old trend, I believe we should not go below this point, that is 25K around, but I believe we should be taking support around 30K. Similar place around which where we were around the May time. So something like this may happen in the short term till February, and then we may again start going up. But how much we can go up? So this top will again be at 90K. So we may not, then 100K. We will be already in 2023, and then maybe we break out and hit big targets like 250K and all. So this is what I think is going to happen on the longer time frame. But short term, I'm pretty bearish right now until and unless we go back inside the wedge by Monday or Tuesday, or basically ASAP, because this is very bearish. This falling wedge never breaks downwards, but when it breaks, it's sign that bulls have lost power, and US stock market breakdown made that happen. So guys, please be careful, and for analysis like this, so if you guys are not part of the channel, you might know that around this level 66K, I predicted we are going to fall to 53 to 54K range here itself, and we exactly fell there, and then from there we made a comeback, and this was also predicted perfectly. But here, once the US stock market collapsed or crashed, basically not collapsed yet, let's see how it goes, then it fell again, crashed badly. So those who are not in part of our Telegram channel or our YouTube community, please join to stay updated. And whether it is bull market or bear market, you can always make great money in crypto. So please follow to learn different ways in which you can keep making money in the crypto, and learn about trading, learn about different altcoins which can still keep on giving you gains, learn about different type of trading. So you may not only need to bet for the upside, you can bet for downside also. So those are the things, available tools which you will learn about joining us. All right. Thank you.